Hello everybody, this is Quantum Blunts. Excuse the Dead by Daylight in the background. Just want to have some commentary over a video game that's pretty good for Halloween. Anyways, we're going to be talking about two content creators that are on the Twitch app. And I'm basically going to say my opinion as a veteran with PTSD. I mean, I wasn't in the military for a long time. Like, I didn't do a full 20. I did 7 years. And during those 7 years, I did security and law enforcement. So, a few weeks ago, I want to say, the creator named by Asmongold was, he seemed pretty frustrated. I seen the clip. I'm not going to repeat what he said, because you can go look it up if you need to, but he said some harsh words, to put it lightly. And you could tell he was just frustrated the whole time he was ranting. But because of what he said, Twitch they didn't ban him. That's what they call it, ban. But he's just suspended for like a few weeks or something like that. And the other creator we're going to be talking about, Frogan, I believe she was banned for her words as well, or suspended. But I think her suspension she was talking about is longer than Asmongold's. This is probably going to be the most political I get on the channel. I've reacted in the past to the whole Israel-Palestine thing. I think it's horrible what's going on. And I feel like both sides have to take some sort of blame instead of trying to put it all on another side. You know what I mean? So Asmongold, he was talking about the differences in the religions over there and the religions over here in the West. He was basically saying that he didn't agree with, a lot of the things that the religions preach for Palestine. And I believe that he is also kind of frustrated because the whole thing with Hamas, and Hamas is technically they're considered a terrorist group. And there's been other creators on Twitch, namely Hassan Piker, who has interviewed actual terrorists while they're in the middle of terrorizing. You know what I mean? So it's kind of weird. I don't know what Dan Clancy, the CEO of Twitch, is going to do about all this political stuff, because I'll be the first one to tell you, as a veteran, that this political stuff is kind of touchy. You gotta watch what you say. You gotta, and if you mean what you say, you gotta stick by it. You know what I mean? If you don't mean it, or if you were talking out of anger, then, we gotta bring you back down to center, you know what I mean? So, let's talk about what Frogan said, because there was an instance where Ethan Klein got upset from H3H3 because Frogan did a tier list, and then she put all the Arabs up top and all the people that she suspected were of Jewish religion down at the bottom. So that and she was trying to say that, it's about Hamas. No, it's not about Hamas. You knew what you were doing, right? You were trying to make yourselves appear better than the people that were on the bottom, correct? And that's what Asmongold basically got suspended for, saying one side was inferior to the other. That's what Frogan is essentially saying with those other content creators that she did the tier list with. I'm not trying to single one out. I just also heard that she was talking about veterans right? She said that veterans deserve PTSD. Veterans deserve to be unalived, either by their own hand or in the line of duty. I deployed to the Middle East a few times, and all I can say is I've had a lot of friends either take their lives or they were unalived in action overseas. A lot of veterans, they come home. You probably didn't know this, but a lot of veterans, if they're in the military, they get pain. They're going to be prescribed a painkiller, right? And with and the opioid crisis is affecting the country. It's affecting the world, as a matter of fact. But the military would prescribe opiates to veterans that were in pain for whatever reason, right? And then once they get out of the military, they don't have that. They don't have that. They don't have those opiates anymore. All right. So, what do you think they would do? You watching this video, what do you think a veteran would do that needed opiates for pain, got out the military, and now they're not prescribing no more opiates? Well, they're gonna go try to they're gonna try and score some other street drugs to make up for it, right? So that continues this whole deadly cycle of the opiate crisis over here in 2024, at least. And it's been a lot longer than that. I don't know how old Frogan is, and I know what you're probably expecting me is to bash her or say negative things about her, but I'm not going to, because I joined the military. Why? Because I believe everybody should have free speech, the First Amendment, right? You should be able to say whatever you want to say. I might not like it. You might not like what I'm saying right now. But that doesn't change the fact that you have the right to say it, if that makes sense. And a lot of things over on the east side of the world are a little bit different than how free everything feels over here on the west. I don't know where Frogan lives, but I'm pretty sure she lives somewhere in America. I know Asmongold lives in America. I don't know if Asmongold is Jewish. I'm not saying he's Jewish. And I'm not saying Frogan is an anti-Semite. I'm not throwing accusations out there at these people. I'm just talking, right? As a veteran, I just want to give my opinion. I feel like the Twitch punishments were appropriate for both of them. The only difference is that I've noticed right off the bat is that Asmongold apologized immediately. He talked to a whole bunch of people that were like, "Hey, bro, you got this wrong," and then instead of him becoming combative or whatever, he was listening, and within the next few days, he apologizes for it. Well, kind of ironic that he's apologizing for it and people are watching his apology and still bashing or criticizing him. I don't know why they do that. But that doesn't mean they don't have the freedom to. Right? You can say whatever you want. You can have as many subscribers follow your words to their own grave. This parasocial existence that we all live now, right? Now, am I saying Asmongold did nothing wrong? Well, not necessarily. Because yeah, you have the free speech, right? But if your speech is being filtered through another company, right? And they don't want you to say those things, well then you have to respect that. Because you're making your voice heard on their platform. Twitch. I've been getting on Twitch ever since probably COVID. So like 2019 is like when I started really getting on Twitch and watching streamers and stuff. Before that, I was just only on YouTube. But yeah, I wanted to make this video just to chat. As someone that has been in the Middle East, has put on the uniform, and on top of my uniform, I had to wear bulletproof vest, flak jacket, helmet, Kevlar, and M4 rifles, M9 Berettas, pistols. So I guess, I don't want to say I've seen the other side and I'm this mystical guru from heaven or whatever. No, I'm just voicing my opinion on here. I would hope that there's someone in Frogan's circle that's sort of like Asmongold's circle that told him, hey man, what you said wasn't right, blah blah blah. You can't be making all these generalized statements and then, the undertones of your voice, it sounds like hatred. Well, Frogan did the same thing, so I hope someone can talk to Frogan and be like, hey, your political views and your views on the war is one thing, but you probably, you shouldn't be saying these things that are hurtful to people. Because of what she said, I know plenty of veterans out there that they're on drugs, maybe they're on drugs, they're homeless or whatever, and then they hear that someone making thousands of dollars on a streamer website is able to say all these hurtful things, and then that veteran might unalive themselves on the street. Bottom line is, nobody should be killing nobody. Not even yourself. Right? Israel is doing their thing over there. Palestine is doing their thing. But the difference is Palestine keeps getting blocked by Hamas. So if Frogan really wants to help, she's got to figure out how to separate that. When I was in the military, it wasn't Hamas, it was ISIS and Al-Qaeda. And I can't really go into much about those two groups, but those groups would blanket themselves, right? They would camouflage themselves amongst the civilians because they don't have the capabilities that like the US military has. And that's what I'm seeing right now with Israel and Palestine. Palestine doesn't have the advanced warfare that Israel has, thanks to America, by the way. Yeah, it's just, the world is crazy right now. People are hurting each other. So what's the point of getting on the internet to say hurtful things to another person? Especially if you have a big platform. Me saying this, I'm not even bashing anybody, and this video probably won't even get seen by anybody. Because I only got like 300 subscribers, whereas Frogan probably has thousands, and Asmongold has like millions. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to capitalize off the drama. I just wanted to say my piece, and I hope I didn't offend anybody during this rant. I just wanted to come as honest as possible, stand on business, and get my point of view out there. I really hope Asmongold and Frogan can come together and maybe discuss this properly, right? If they really want to. But like I said, the world has turned political so quick, and I believe it's because of the internet. I grew up in the 90s, and that was like the Bill Clinton time, and no one really even cared. They were just like, oh, that's our president, Bill Clinton. And then, Bush. Well, oh, that's just our president, it's Bush. And then Obama came along, and I'm not saying it's Obama's fault, but I'm saying as soon as Obama became president, everybody started becoming political experts in the back of their heads. Instead of trying to prove the other side wrong, why don't you just try to understand the other side? It ain't about proving nobody wrong. There is no wrong person. There is no right between the Israel and Palestine conflict. That conflict's been going on for hundreds of years, probably. And just because some people are gonna boycott or whatever, or do a little bit of protesting. I mean, that's everybody's right to do, but right now we should just put all our hands down and then just say ceasefire. That probably won't happen though, unfortunately. That's the saddest thing about waking up in the morning, being a veteran, and seeing how the country's at each other's throats. And it's not even just this country, it's other countries too. A lot of countries hate us. And when I was a kid, I thought we were the good guys. The truth definitely reveals a lot. So, I'm going to end this video here. If you like what I had to say, if you want to discuss or anything, drop a comment below. I'll be more than willing to discuss with you. At the end of the day, we're all here together. We're not enemies.